Hey guys, D.Bowie here, and this is my ultimate guide for last hitting. In this guide, I won't talk about the effects of last hitting in a lane, so I won't talk about lane control for instance. This will be added in a different guide. Last hitting is something that seems pretty simple, but hides a lot of nuance. For instance, when you attack, you have lots of variables involved. Attack point, which is how fast your projectile leaves your hero. Projectile speed, which is how fast the projectile travels, and turn rate. So if you're not facing your enemy, it will take some time until you're facing it and then start attacking. There is even more to it, but I think that this is more than enough for you to chew at once. Just a quick example. Mirana has a very fast attack point compared to Drow's, but Drow has a faster projectile speed and turn rate. See how when they are both facing the enemy, Mirana's attack reaches Pudge faster, but when they have to turn an attack, the arrows reach Pudge almost at the same time? All of this is just to show you two things. If you're new to the game and want to practice last hitting, avoid moving your hero back and forth when you want to last hit. This is something a lot of new players like to do, and it just adds unnecessary variables to the task, making it harder for you to get the last hits. Try to last hit them from the same distance, always facing the creep you want.
As you wish.
One thing most Dota players know is that the damage you see in your hero portrait is actually a mean. Some heroes have narrow means and others have very wide ones, making it harder and unreliable to last hit. Some examples are CK, PL, and Doom. What happens is that sometimes you get a last hit when the creep has a lot of HP, and you end up trying to get more last hits when they have close to that amount, only to miss this. With these types of heroes, try to be extra careful when last hitting. If you want to practice last hits, pick the hero you want to train, go to the lane it usually goes, and just last hit from the same distance, standing still, to get the feel of attack point and damage, since these are the most important things to learn in the beginning. In this clip I'm using Razor, which has a very narrow damage variation and fast attack point, making it reliable to last hit. A good thing to practice is learning the point of no return to last hit. If you always shoot for that, you will be able to last hit with different heroes with ease. If you always go for heroes with high base damage and try to last hit creeps when they have tons of HP, you play other heroes like edgy carries for example, like Spectre, AM, PA, you will have a harder time keeping your creep score up. A good tip if you're new to the game is try to use the ranged creep as a guideline. New players struggle to know which creep is going to die first, and more often than not, the creep being attacked by a ranged creep will be the one to die first. Try to use his ranged projectiles to time your last hit.
My current flows.
Now, some people are very decent at last hitting, but also struggle when getting last hits under the tower. Mr. Physics Mathman developed a method to help increase your chances when doing it. It's pretty simple. If you have below 60 average damage, you should attack ranged and melee creeps once before last hitting.
My power surges. My current flows.
And twice if it is a siege creep, to be able to last hit it.
You will. Whip you into shape.
30 seconds to battle.
A bolt from the blue.
If you are above 80, you should never attack the creep until the last hit. The area in between is the hardest. If you have more than 60 and less than 80, you should avoid attacking melee and siege creeps before the last hit. Only attack ranged ones once. If you're playing a melee hero and you have Quilling Blade, don't forget to add the 40% extra damage you get from the Quilling Blade. Also, be aware that this is a method, and even though it works pretty well, it is not foolproof, especially when you're less hitting siege creeps. To end this video, I'll just leave another suggestion for those who want to get better at less hitting. Check this custom game that was made to make players less hit better. It's pretty cool. Okay guys, this is it for today. If you enjoyed this video, please leave it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to it. I'm making videos like this every day, and I'm sure something here will spark your interest. And if you really like my channel and want to support what I do, please check my Patreon and see if any of the rewards can interest you. Okay guys, bye.
How about a stroll? Yes, yes.
The battle begins.
The time has come.